everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, and in today's video we're going to be talking a little bit about skin removal, excess skin, specifically some myths that are going around that I've heard that are not true, and just kind of share with you my experience from having a bunch of loose skin, going through skin removal surgery, and kind of debunking some of these false myths that are going around. So a few weeks ago, I shared a post about my skin removal journey on my legs and about how I had some complications and a little bit about my leg journey. And that video ended up going pretty viral on Instagram and TikTok, which if you're not following me, make sure you do that. I'll leave the information down below. But with that video came a lot of comments, questions, and that's kind of what I want to address today, because being someone who has dealt with loose skin and skin removal surgery, I wanted to kind of share my opinions, my thoughts, and kind of the facts that go along with it. So if you didn't know, I started my journey at over 500 pounds. I lost over 300 pounds and I began having skin removal surgery. And with that came a lot of knowledge. With that came a lot of growth and learning on my part, asking my surgeon a ton of questions. And so that's why I felt, especially with that video that went all over the place and there was so much confusion, questions, statements coming from that, I thought I would just sit down and kind of share everything. So with that, let's just jump into the first myth that I've been hearing a lot, and that is you can prevent loose skin from happening, which unfortunately you cannot. And everybody's body's different. Everyone who goes through weight loss is going to be different. The amount of loose skin someone has compared to someone else, even if you've lost the same amount of weight, is going to be different. But unfortunately, you cannot prevent it from happening. It's not because you didn't drink enough water. It's not because you lost weight too fast. It's not because you didn't lift enough weights and that somehow the muscle filled in where the loose skin is. It's not that I should have done wraps, teas, diets, pills, any of that. It's pretty much what my surgeon told me, because I've asked him this question before, is that when you take a balloon and you stretch it out, when it deflates, it's left kind of deflated. Same thing with like a rubber band or a hair tie. If it gets stretched out too much, it's not going to go back to its original form. And that's the same thing with losing weight, when, especially for me, when I was 500 pounds and my skin had to stretch so much, when I lost the weight, there's skin. So there's pretty much nothing I could have done to avoid it. Like I said, everyone's body's different, so the amount you have is going to be different. But unfortunately, that is a myth. There's nothing I could have done to prevent loose skin. So the second myth that I've been hearing a lot is that skin removal surgery is strictly a cosmetic procedure, which unfortunately in the medical field and with insurance companies, that's still unfortunately what it's classified as, is a cosmetic procedure. However, obesity is considered a disease, so with that comes helping to go back to your normal function and look after recovering from that disease, which should include skin removal surgery. So it's definitely something that is changing. Laws are changing, rules are changing, and everything involved with skin removal surgery is changing. So I would definitely look into new procedures, laws, everything that's going on, because so much, especially in the last few years, has changed. So if it's something you feel like you need or want to have the skin removed, I would not take no for an answer. I would not take that ridiculous statement that it's just a cosmetic procedure, and I would fight to get it if that's what you really need, because it is definitely more than cosmetic. And for me personally, and again, everyone's different, and some people can have loose skin and it doesn't bother them at all. But for me, physically, it was causing so much pain in my posture, my knees, my groin, my hips. I was getting rashes, I was getting boils, my posture was off, so I was getting constant headaches. And on top of all of those physical things that it was causing, mentally I was having really a hard time. So it was not only affecting my physical health, but my mental health. So that's why that is completely a myth that having skin removed after losing weight is a cosmetic procedure, and that's ridiculous. And I can go into a whole topic on this subject, but long story short, no, it should not be considered just a cosmetic procedure. So the third myth that I wanted to address is number 3, which is if you have skin removal, you must not love yourself or be confident in your body, which probably is one that hurts me the most, which is a big misconception, because when it comes to self-love and being confident, no one has the right to tell you what that means. And for me specifically, choosing to lose weight and choosing to have skin removal surgery is actually because I love myself. And like I stated previously, it's because I want what's best for myself, my physical and my mental health. And so that's the biggest form of self-love that I could do for myself, is to continue making myself a priority and making the decisions to do whatever I need to do to live my best life possible. It doesn't mean that I hate my body. It doesn't mean I hate my loose skin. It doesn't mean I regret anything. It just means that this next step on doing what's best for me and my health is to have skin removal surgery. And it has nothing to do with not loving myself. And it has nothing to do with not being confident in myself, which having the skin removed might add to your confidence. But I feel like to go through such an intense surgery, you already have to be in that mindset of, I know I'm doing this because it's best for me. And so that's just one of those myths, whatever it's called, that I just want to like nip in the bud, because it is definitely not something that I chose to do, and a lot of people choose to do because they don't love themselves. So that's absolutely ridiculous, absolutely not true. I chose to have skin removal surgery because I love myself and because I want what's best for myself. And then that brings me to myth number 4, is that if you don't share your results or pictures after you've had skin removal, it must mean you've had a botched job, or you don't like the results, or the results weren't worth surgery. And that is completely false. I believe I have the best surgeon who does the best work, and I'm so incredibly blown away by the results and how he's helped me. And not only with like how I look after surgery, but like the incisions, even having the complication with my leg and having a skin graft, everything just looks so good. And I think that is a very kind of harsh thing to tell someone, that just because I'm not flaunting myself now in a bikini and sharing all of the surgeries I've had, the results, means that it's bad, or that I don't like the surgery, or I regret it. Because we have to go back to the beginning and remind ourselves that choosing to share my journey online is my choice. It is my choice what I share. I choose what I'm comfortable sharing, and I share so much that if I'm choosing to keep something to myself or keep something private, it doesn't mean that I'm ashamed of it. It doesn't mean I regret surgery, and it doesn't mean that the results from surgery are bad. It's just, for me, in this space that I'm in right now, I am not fully comfortable sharing this part of myself yet. I am not comfortable sharing this part of my body yet. It doesn't mean I'm never going to get there, but it just means at this chapter, at this stage of my journey, I am not comfortable sharing all of this with the world. And it's not because I don't want you to see. It's not because I'm trying to hide something. But with my confidence and where I am, especially with gaining some weight, I'm really focused on loving myself, loving my body, accepting the weight gain, and continuing to do what's best for me. So that thought of then putting my body out like that to the world of what it is now, when I'm not in that best mindset or space myself, I'm not quite ready to put that out for everyone else yet. But it doesn't mean I'm not happy with the results. And just because someone else might not share the results means that they might not be happy with it either. And I think it's important to remember, especially with people we follow online, is they don't owe you anything. Even if you say, well, we deserve to see after pictures, show us those after pictures. It's up to that individual, just like it's up to me on what we feel comfortable and what we want to share. And I know that might sound harsh, and trust me, I get it. But myself, don't owe anyone an after photo or an after surgery photo if they're not comfortable, if I'm not comfortable sharing it yet. I want to get back to a place where I'm 100% confident and comfortable with myself and my body. And I feel like I'm slowly getting there by sharing a little bit more. But it definitely is not because surgery is bad. And I just wanted to kind of clear that up. So now I'm going to talk about the fifth myth of loose skin that I saw a lot. Trust me, it's crazy, I know. But is if you chose to lose weight, you wouldn't be left with this skin. It's so crazy, I don't even know how to state it, but pretty much they were stating it as, so maybe if you lose weight, you could have prevented this from happening. And you're taking the easy way out by having it removed instead of working hard to fix it yourself. I don't even know quite how to word it, and I have it written down here on a paper because it's so crazy, but pretty much stating having surgery to have the loose skin removed is the easy way out because you should work hard or exercise more to get rid of it without having that surgery, or maybe I should try losing weight and I wouldn't have to have this surgery. When in reality, you're left with loose skin because you lost weight. So this whole statement is very confusing, very crazy, and I got this so many times, so that's why I'm addressing it here. It's this thought of, it kind of goes back to like that first point of you could have prevented it, is people just don't understand or want to understand or take the time to understand, and they look at a body that may be bigger and they think, well, you should have just lost weight instead of doing this, or you should try losing weight and maybe you wouldn't have to do this. And really kind of shaming someone and their body, telling them that they should be doing something else. And that's what's frustrating, is people who don't have the knowledge or the understanding of what it's like to be that weight, to have skin and to have it removed, trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your body. Period. Anyone shouldn't tell you, whether you're trying to lose weight, have loose skin, and aren't having it removed, no matter what. No one has the right to tell us what to do with our body. But especially when they don't know or they don't understand, I find that very hard for myself to understand how you're sitting here telling me what I should do when you don't even know yourself what's happening. And so just to clear it up, just to put a final little nail in this little statement, is you cannot try to tell someone who has skin, why don't you try to lose weight and this won't happen. Loose skin is caused from losing weight, period. So there we have it. Those are the 5 common myths that I've been hearing a lot these past few weeks regarding excess skin, loose skin, and skin removal surgery. So if you have any other questions, please let me know down below. If there's any myths that you've heard that I didn't talk about in this video, also let me know that down below, because I would love to know kind of the conversations or what you're hearing, or if you've heard someone say something you're not sure if it's true. Leave everything down below and I will definitely try to help clear some things up, be a resource, be a help, because I know skin removal surgery and skin removal is a topic that a lot of people are interested in and not a lot of people share and talk about. So I definitely want to be a resource if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything like that. And remember, at the end of the day, just be kind, be loving, and try to put some love and positivity into the world without tearing each other down. Make sure you hit the little bell and that you're subscribed if you're not already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you all in the next one.